Hi, my name is Ram Overset Text, and I judge an album by its cover because I have respect for art directors. For the first time in 53 years, the Grammys is having a Best Album Cover of the Year category. And one of these will be crowned the best of 2026. Hello, Editor Ram here. This was recorded before the Grammys happened, and I obviously did not make the deadline to put this out before the Grammys happened. And some of you already know who won Album Cover of the Year. But yeah, this is still kind of a good discussion on how to effectively judge an album by its cover. And that's why I'm still putting it out. I have some takes on who won Album Cover of the Year at the end, so watch out for that. Anyways, enjoy the video, guys. And we haven't had this award since 1973. We have, of course, had the Record Packaging Award, but the return of Album Cover of the Year lets albums that never gotten a physical release be eligible for a Grammy. As a graphic designer and as somebody who's, actually designed an album cover for a little band called Kings of Leon. Anyways, I'm not here to brag, but as somebody who's designed one, I am very excited for the return of this category, and I was very curious to see who was nominated and was really waiting to judge them. I'm ready to judge. I love judging. I love being a hater, but also a lover, because some of these covers and music is really good. And to help me decide, I've enlisted the help of one of my very best friends, Jason DeWong, who runs a TikTok account where he shares songs from his very expensive vinyl collection and where he shares his takes on music.
In order for you to be a great male artist, you have to be either short or gay.
We listen to all 5 albums and we discuss each one thoroughly and how it relates to the music, how it looks, really trying to find out what makes for a good album cover. We make our predictions on who the Grammys might award it to, and we tell you who ought to win this Grammy for 2026. But first, a note on how we're judging these. We took special notes of those albums that we have not listened to, taking note of what the album cover is kind of priming you for, and then taking notes afterwards of what we thought of the album cover after listening to the music and how the cover and the music worked in tandem. Because what's interesting with something like the album cover is that it's 3 things at once. It's 1, a literal cover for the album. 2, it's an advertisement for the album. And 3, it's a visual marker for what you're listening to. It's the album in visual form. Most of these are just descriptive of the album cover, and what we're trying to avoid is judging these album covers in a vacuum. We don't want to judge it by its mere technical quality, by its aesthetic qualities. And of course, these are important, don't get me wrong, but we're trying to judge it holistically. How does it help the album that it's supporting? We want to treat it like it is a part of the album, not something outside of the album. The album cover is what literary theorist Gerard Genet would call paratext, a threshold, a liminal space, an undefined zone between text and off-text, a privileged place of pragmatics and influence that, whether well or poorly understood and achieved, it is at the service of a better reception for the text and a more pertinent reading of it. And that's what we're trying to go for. We want to see which album cover creates a more pertinent reading of the text or a more pertinent listening experience to the music. The album cover, for the most part, is the first time we are experiencing the music. We're kind of listening to the album before we even actually listen to it. Even though he was talking about movies, film theorist Jonathan Gray would call album covers filters through which we must pass on our way to the album, our first and formative encounters with the text. He furthers Genet's paratextual theory by distinguishing paratext by 2 categories. One is called entryway paratext, where paratext is trying to grab your attention and really priming the viewer for what they're about to experience, and in media res paratext, something that comes during or after one's experience of the music, where the experience is further informed by the album cover by either adding more details or totally recontextualizing it. This is why we took specific notes on which ones we have not listened to and which ones we have, because that kind of influences our kind of viewing of the album cover. And while the album cover, the paratext, is not the main star of the show, it rarely ever is, it holds a very important supporting role and is nonetheless required for the music to kind of exist in the world, because without an album cover, does the music even exist? And it is also a place where real artistry happens. There are so many artists, designers, art directors, photographers that work to make album covers look like how they look. And that deserves recognition. This is kind of how we're judging these albums, how the art directors, everyone who's worked on the cover, support the music through the visuals, or how it doesn't. Here's a note though, paratext is kind of a very expansive term because it could mean anything that is outside the main body of work, the main body of text, like the music. This could include music videos, ad campaigns, and we're not trying to talk about all that, and we really try to just kind of keep it to the cover and the music. We do mention how some albums like Chromakopia and Debi, Tirar, Fotos kind of influence our reception of the cover because we've saw so much outside of the cover, but we try to really keep it between the cover and the music as best as we can. So that's just a little note. But anyways, that's where I'm going to leave Paratextual Theory for now. If you've been liking this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us which album cover should win, which album cover was not nominated that you think should have been nominated, and if you just did not like any of our opinions or liked any of our opinions. But anyways, without further ado, here is Jason and I's Paratextual Theory of album covers for 2026. And let's start with the Joe record. Or what did you think of the album cover before you listened to it?
So I actually really enjoyed the album cover. I thought it looked really cool. It reminded me of a photographer, I think it's like Pele Cast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know how it's like when it's like you get a composite, you kind of like take them out.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it looked like when I was looking at it.
Or what genre did you expect it to be?
So the only Joe record I saw or I've listened to song is the Chicago song.
Chicago one. Okay.
So I had no idea. I had no idea.
You've never heard any of his other songs?
I know that Chicago song and I know Steve Harrington. That's all I know. So that's it.
I thought it was going to have like a sprawling like narrative of some sort because it was like, oh, there's so many things going on. It did look kind of quote unquote cinematic in a way where I'm like, oh, there must be like so many layered stories that might be going on in this record. But then what did you think of the actual record though?
So dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought you were gonna like it because it was giving me Beatles low key.
No, it is giving Beatles. It's giving 60s, 70s. One song, my favorite song is probably Charlie's Garden.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the Beatles ass.
Yeah, that's one of those Beatles ass one. And I'm like, I think it kind of he leans into it too much, maybe. Like maybe that's my criticism. And it's very much of that 60s, 70s era of album covers.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like Ziggy Stardust. It was giving Abbey Road. This guy loves Abbey Road. I could just hear the influences. There was just something missing.
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad sounding. I kind of wanted it to be over, but then like, but it wasn't bad though. It wasn't. It felt long. It just felt long. Yeah, the music itself sounded good. It just I couldn't not just stop thinking about Steve Harrington. Because it just sounds like his voice. That's the only thing. And then, it doesn't mean that's bad. I'm really not trying to hate on it. I swear, I'm not trying to hate.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hate it on either. But there was something missing. But
Juno, please stop.
This is for engagement.
Yeah.
They're like, comment if you like Juno being in the frame. But so, what did you think of the album cover though? Did you enjoy it after, or did you dislike the album cover more?
No, I think the album cover is cool. I think what it was, I mean, I'm not from like a big city or anything, but it felt busy. It felt like I was getting into different people's stories like on the street. Like if I was gonna go like someone on the album cover, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you think that the music represented that, or representative of the experience?
You know what's funny is because I didn't look this up yet, so you correct me if I'm wrong because you're the Beatles guy. Oh. I'm pretty sure there's the same color palette on Sgt. Pepper and this album cover.
Well, Sgt. Pepper has like a lot more crazy stuff. There's like flowers and stuff.
Here's Sgt. Pepper's right here.
Yeah. That's Sgt. Pepper's.
Okay.
That one's more colorful than the Joe record.
No, I agree. But like just like if you kind of squint, like it's same colors, bro. No, same colors, bro. I'm telling you, they're there.
Actually, you know what? Maybe the red car. Yeah. Okay. See, it's called the Crux, and that's the hotel is a Crux, and I thought that there was like gonna be something important to that hotel. There's a song called The Crux. There's a hotel in The Crux. There's a hotel called Crux in the album cover. I just don't think it meshed well at all with the whole album. Yeah, in my opinion. Yeah, as an album cover, I kind of like it less when I heard the record. I'm like as a whole.
I would say the album cover is really cool. There should be like a silhouette. You kind of fill it in. I felt like it was like kind of like not fully filled in.
Yeah, like there's some disconnect in there. But let's move on to the next one, which is Perfume Genius record, Glory.
Dude, I thought the album cover was really, really sick. I think this is actually one of my favorite looking ones.
You didn't hear.
I didn't hear about this.
I've never heard of Perfume Genius before I did this video. What were you expecting?
I thought it would be like indie or something.
I thought. Oh wait, look at my notes. I thought it was gonna be white suburban trash, and I don't know why. I just said gay, like it, because I thought that flag was there. I thought that flag was an LGBT flag. But then I look back at it, it's not an LGBT flag.
It's Italian flag, bro.
Yeah, no, it's Italian flag. I thought it was the LGBT flag. I'm like, gay? And I said either punk or Midwest emo for some reason. Ennui of being a white kid in the suburbs. That was kind of the vibe I was getting before I listened to it.
The cover is like really intriguing. So this isn't fair because like I gave it like 2 listens before this. But the cover, it looks like the person tried to jump out of the window but got bounced back.
I thought that when I first saw it, I thought he crashed into the building. And then until I took a closer look, I'm like, oh, he didn't even go out. He's not even...
There's no shattered glass.
Yeah, there's no shattered glass, but it looks like I thought he jumped into the building.
But I think contextually, I think it felt the music.
Well, what do you think of the record first?
It was cool. It was cool. It's not my music I gravitate towards necessarily. I think I would have loved to see a music video before. I think that would have helped me out a lot.
This cover alone, do you think the cover represented the music?
I think so. Yeah. It's like someone trying to get out their own head and something. I mean,
I was picking up a lot of Sufjan Stevens vibes.
He sounds like him.
This is very descriptive, a lot of like questioning, are they gay or not? Or a lot of like, I'm gay.
Was that one of the themes in there?
I was picking up some of that one song, Carpazia. That's probably my favorite song.
Okay.
Where she was talking about like, she let me in on the other side of Jason. I was like, damn, this is some Sufjan Stevens shit. I don't want to compare him to. He is pretty good though. Perfume Genius. I'm a big fan after listening to this.
Okay.
I was kind of right that it was like about suburbia, about growing up. I don't know. The picture that the album cover gave me was like, oh, like he's in high school, and then there's like a man in the back or like parents or something like looking over into it, and he's like just mangled, and I felt like it was kind of a metaphor of how like a sense of dysmorphia he has, and he's also wearing like heels.
Yeah,
so it really felt like, oh, this is a person who is struggling growing up gay in where part of the, I'm assuming the South for some reason, or somewhere where gay people are not accepted.
Yeah. So, now that you're saying all that, maybe he just like, that person wasn't supposed to see him in that outfit or something. They just jumped down to hide. It looks like that too. Like, he's like, oh,
that's
shit.
True. Yeah, he looks like he's hiding from them. The album cover is really good in terms of, in my opinion, of like how it complements the album. I feel like I think it achieves its goal as a visual form of the album. It's weird to translate the music into visuals, because I'm like, how is this supposed to look?
So what's the inverse of that? How would you try to make something visual into the audio?
That's a good question. Maybe that's a future video. I listen to albums before I see the cover. Making a cover for an album I did not see. Okay, Moisturizer by Wet Leg. I'm gonna be real. I was a massive Wet Leg hater, irrationally.
I didn't even know they were big enough to be hated on like that.
No, okay, I have an irrational hatred, or not. I wouldn't say hatred. I will say an irrational. I just didn't want to listen to them because I listened to Wet, like the band Wet, and I love Wet, and they always get confused with, are you talking about Wet Leg? I'm like, no, I'm not talking about Wet Leg. I'm talking about Wet. I don't want to listen to Wet Leg, okay? I don't want to support Wet Leg.
I'm Team Wet.
I'm Team Wet. I'm not Team Wet Leg. There should be a third band called Just Leg. What did you think of the cover?
No, it was a little freaky deaky, I gotta lie.
Yeah, it was freaky. I was like, what did I write? I said crazy and love, self-love, question mark, because there's a woman that's like hugging herself on the left. And I said indie, probably. I don't know what that means though. Indie could be anything at this point. And I said baddie album. I wrote baddie album in my notes.
I would say that's also impression was like the girl looking at the screen. She looks crazy, like her looks crazy, but it works with her, like the no eyebrows or bleached eyebrows. I can't tell from this picture.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It looks good. I appreciate it.
I've never heard a Wet Leg song before this.
Really?
Yeah, I've never heard any of them. So I had no conception of what they were going to sound like. I thought like hardcore for some reason, or something like really hard hitting because of like how she looks in the album. I wouldn't say pleasantly surprised, but it was like, oh, this is
good.
Really good. Yeah. I was like,
she's really good.
I'm like, dang. Yeah, a lot of romance. At least one of them has to be a lesbian because this sounds like a lesbian like album.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is what this is what I imagine being a lesbian feels like. Like I think I put horny, romantic, manic. Like those are the vibes I was getting. Yeah, it was very romantic song, very like nice songs. Very
you know, that's interesting. That's the second time you're seeing you're hearing sexuality in these albums. I guess I didn't really.
I don't know, maybe because I was looking at the album cover. I'm like, wait, what is this giving? It's giving. I don't know why lesbian. Well, femme lesbian. Because of the nails that she has on. I'm like, no, she's not the top.
What gives her lesbian though?
I don't know. Well, it's two women on the cover. I'm like, okay. And then there's like I think there was like certain lyrics that hinted at like WLW music. This is WLW music.
Oh, so it's like indie-ish. You know?
Yeah, it was giving indie, but yeah, the actual music, I was like, oh, this is WLW music.
Yeah, I was reading the album cover. I thought that was her. That was like her inner thoughts.
Oh, like that's her inner thought. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's like some of them, if like later in the like halfway through the album, she gets like more blunt about what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what she likes.
There was some crazy puns in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Some good lyricism.
Do you remember any?
Yeah, there was one. It's called also funny wet and wet leg connection. There's a song here called Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And then there's a song on the Wet record called Swine Up, which is also Pokemon. So who's copying who? Can Wet and Wet Leg?
When did this come out? Same year too.
Same year. So what's the songwriters love to talk about Pokemon this year? Yeah, I think there was a lyric that says Demon Headmaster, and then practice her origami on her or something, or them, or whoever, or they are. They're practicing origami on them. I'm like licking, folding, origami, like the folding thing. You lick.
Licking, yeah.
You lick. Do you lick in origami?
I don't know.
I think
only time you lick is like we try to rip it like clean.
I thought you had to like, I don't know. Someone in the comments say, do you use your tongue in origami? So maybe my mind was off somewhere else.
Like I think it's more finger based than.
Well, it was giving lesbian. That's all. Like that was like the thing that I was getting out of the lyrics and the music. I was like lesbians.
I bet you went in thinking it'd be lesbians. So you're
no. Well, I listened to this to Perfume Genius, and then right after that, this one. I'm like, okay, this has to be. I think everyone on this category except for Joe is gay. Joe is the only non-gay person on this category.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah.
Like Tyler's gay. Who else is on here? Well, Bad Bunny. Bunny. Oh.
No, well, I think Bad Bunny is like pan, if anything.
Yeah. But
I think Tyler's bisexual.
You do have a theory about that, right?
I do.
You want to talk about your theory?
My theory is to be a great male artist, you have to be short or gay.
Yeah, maybe I'll play the clip of your TikTok.
Yeah, and Joe looks like he's like 6 something too, and we don't like that.
He looks tall.
And he's straight. So. We don't like that album.
Maybe that's why we don't. Maybe that's why we don't like it as much because he's tall and he's straight. So I don't like the music. It sounds too straight. You have to be a little gay or short to have good music.
But is 100% that the Wet Leg's gay though?
I don't know, but that's what I got. Like that's just based off album cover and the music.
I'd say they're it's giving their fans are diverse.
Yeah.
Orientation and sexuality.
I don't know. I'm a wet legger.
Yeah, no, so I was surprised. I had a good time because I listened to the Joe album for damn. It feels like I should hit shitty. I really didn't like it. I didn't like Joe album, and then like I was like, dude, are all these albums gonna sound like this? And then What Leg came on, I was like, okay, this is actually a lot better. It's my vibe.
No, it's good. Yeah, what did you think of the album cover after you heard the album?
I thought it was good. I talked about it a little bit already, but I thought it was her like. I thought it was like her inner thoughts, essentially. Like when she's like hugging like that, you know how people... She's doing that thing where you act like you make out with somebody.
Yeah.
I thought it was like her coming to terms with her demon side or something.
Yeah, no, well, there is some demon side. There is some demon time on there. Demon Headmaster. Yeah, I think it represented the album pretty well. It felt very manic, like very lovey-dovey, like where you're starting to see somebody for the first time and you're like, oh, like I'm obsessed with this person. My only issue with it is that I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit too bare, in my opinion. I don't know. It's a little bit too minimal. Like it does represent it, but I felt like it could have gone harder.
But yeah, no, was it too bare? So you don't feel like it did enough for the album?
Yeah, I think maybe it was too simple.
Okay.
Maybe I just enjoyed the album so much that
Yeah.
I wish the cover gave it a little bit more.
It's that thing again where I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm looking at the cover and I'm just judging the cover by itself, or I'm like saying, let the music speak for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to say because I did like it, and I feel like when I do look at it, it does represent some of the topics she brought up or they brought up. I do think it's more interesting than the Joe cover though.
Yeah, for some reason this is more interesting. Dude, we are shitting on Joe. It's weird because like that's the thing. Like this one actually encapsulates the album rather than the Joe record where he's trying too hard on the album cover when the music maybe you should have focused on the music. I don't know, dude. Sorry.
No, it's really not that bad. I was
Joe, if you're watching this, there was a lot of strange, I didn't say this earlier, but there's a lot of strange things that was happening on the cover of Joe's record, but it wasn't strange enough. But this is more strange.
I will say, if I was looking through records, I would pull this one out. Like, what is this?
It is very intriguing. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I mean, I was intrigued too. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But I do think it matches. Like, in terms of like tonally, the music and the cover, I think it matches. But I think I was just hoping. After hearing it, I'm like, I was hoping for a little bit more. Let's move on to the Bad Bunny record. Debi, Tirar, más Fotos.
I'm glad you practiced saying that. I was a little nervous going into this.
I have heard this album also.
So
Probably one of my favorite albums of last year.
I'm gonna say, so this, when we talk about Paratextually, I say this is hard because Bad Bunny did a lot of work, like world building outside of the music.
Yeah.
So I already have that back knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could try to remember when I did see it initially, it did bring me a lot of questions. I'm like, well, where are we at? Because like the plants around is very tropical.
Yeah.
2 empty chairs. So like
Yeah,
obviously,
I'm like, what is this?
Yeah,
what
who
does it
sits
symbolize?
there? Who sits
Yeah, who
there?
was sitting there?
So it was really intriguing. But so I'm not even like a Bad Bunny fan like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Before listening to this, I never fully listened to a Bad Bunny record before this one. But I did look up. I mean, I know a lot about the album because I looked up a lot of stuff when I listened to it, and I think it really does. It feels like it's a sense of. It's a very Puerto Rican album. Like it's a very like he was. This is an album for Puerto Rico, and that it being there, and like that chair. I remember that chair like stirred up so much. I shouldn't say discourse, but people, people of color, like, yeah, I've sat on that chair. You know what?
Yeah.
That chair represents something. You've had many deep talks just like sitting on those kinds of chairs.
That one makes sense too. I think you have a lot because like you'll see it a lot of places because it's like I think it's like cheap.
Yeah.
Durable for what it is.
Yeah.
So you see that at a lot of events. So I think that's what people connected with it because like I think everyone has seen that chair unless you're like hella rich or something.
Yeah, if you've never sat on that chair, dude, that's crazy. It feels like he was like growing up and longing for something that's gone, like because having his I think his grandparents are passed away or something. Maybe I'm connecting that because my connection is like I think about people who passed away and then on that chair, like they're not there anymore. That one song, the namesake of the album, that song is so good.
Yeah,
probably one of my favorite songs of last year.
It wouldn't be as powerful if it was just one chair. There's two of them, so that means there's some relation there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There was like more people that was talking.
See that? I think that is a perfect example of like it's a silhouette and you kind of fill it in because you're like, what the heck is that? And then when you listen to the album and look and translate it, you know what he's talking about, kind of.
Yeah. It was like the perfect of like, wait, why is the chair is empty?
See, so this isn't fair so far because like Bad Bunny has such a big budget.
Yeah.
So he was able to build a whole world around it.
Yeah.
And then like we said earlier about like we seen like his short film and stuff.
Yeah.
Which that helped me really enjoy the album even more.
Yeah. See, it's hard to like judge it because like I'm really wondering how these judges are gonna be determining who wins, because then it's almost kind of hard to parse out all the influences other than the music is like all the other stuff. But I think it's still good that they're giving a little bit of recognition to people who art direct these album covers.
Okay, so I have a question for you. We just talked about Wet Leg, and you said that the Wet Leg one was a little too simple. This one's simple too, but what's the difference between this simple and that simple?
That's a good question. I think that one was a bit more. Well, maybe because like there's a face to it. I don't know. This one made me ask me more questions. I think it's more I guess poetic in a way. The album cover title is like I wish I took more photos, and I felt like this album cover is like the Bad Bunny's like, oh, now I'm taking the photo now, but it's too late because they're gone.
You know what I just realized, dude? When he said earlier, like the song title, the song of the title of the album.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that song was the acronym for the freaking title, bro.
Oh wait, DTMF.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
that's funny. That's hella funny, actually. That's I don't read Spanish. That's why. That's what happened. But yeah, no, but I agree though. I agree. I think there's like an art to show like a little detail and allow the viewer to like fill in the gaps.
Like it just adds to the narrative more so than the wet leg one.
Yeah. Also, I'm biased. I love green. Like greens look beautiful.
There's a Tyler one. Okay, let's just get to the elephant of the room. The elephant of the room is Chromakopia by Tyler the Creator. Great album, great visuals, but it doesn't help. Like it's like Bad Bunny. Like he did such a good job of world building, and maybe they should expand best album cover to best campaign or something.
Yeah, art direction.
But then that'd be. I mean, this technically is the award for the art directors. Yeah, what did you think of the cover?
So see that. So full transparency, I think Tyler's probably my favorite artist out of the 5. I think the album cover is good.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's necessarily iconic though.
Oh, you really?
I don't think it's iconic. I don't.
That might be a hot take though.
No, because I can only judge him by his other work. I think Igor is more iconic.
In terms of a cover?
Yeah, cover. Yeah, cover-wise, yeah.
I think he was kind of going back to a little bit of what made Igor good. So he's like, oh, it's just my face this time.
Yeah, you know what it is? Like, if I think about why I like the other ones, is like, this one's very straightforward, you know?
Yeah.
He's wearing a mask of himself, you know? A lot of the visuals were about that. I do like the type of like black and white things. Is it black and white?
What's it's called? Like a sepia tone.
Yeah.
It's like sepia toned.
But I feel like I think it does fit the album for sure.
Maybe you have the same problems I have with the Wet Leg album cover, where it's kind of like it's too straightforward. Where I'm like, okay, but they could have been more or something.
Cover, like, I guess I'm kind of confused what the emotion is.
Well, he's wearing a mask, so you can't tell.
Yeah, but the hand gesture, like this is like Saint Chroma.
Yeah,
and he's like, is he a general?
He's giving like saint. I guess that's like what saints. That's like a saint pose, I guess. Like, is
it really?
I don't know, but I'm thinking of like Jesus hands. I don't know, like they do this sometimes. Yeah. I think it's a reference to another thing though.
Yeah. What's the reference to it?
It's like a film poster, but again, it's a cool reference, but does it add to the album as a whole? I do think it encapsulates it, but in a way that it's a bit too blunt, I guess. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's a good album cover. I think it sets the mood well for the album. It's gonna be like a little bit dark, dreary. He has a mask on. Something about his identity. Is
that what you're asking when you're looking at it? Like, why is he wearing a mask, or is it? I guess for me,
before or after?
I guess now, because for me, when I look at the other albums, I do have more questions even after the fact. Like I'm like, look at it, it's his natural questions come up. I guess for Tyler, maybe it's his stardom though, because he's been so busy, he's been releasing things back to back. Yeah, that like, and he's so transparent already. I feel like you already know who he kind of is.
Yeah, or do we? I don't know. I felt like he's the most personal on this one too.
Yeah.
That's why I like it, because it was like the most personal.
Yeah.
I mean, there's literally a song called "Take Your Mask Off."
Yeah.
So maybe he answers his own question of the album cover. It's like, oh, he's taking the mask off, and he uses that mask throughout his like, as a sense of world building. The album cover, it just seems like such a tiny part. Of the whole. Yeah. That I felt like it kind of doesn't have the same impact.
Yeah.
As the other one, you know.
Yeah, like if I didn't know it was Tyler and I was going through a bunch of albums, like the rest of when I stop and look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing pops out to me. I'm like, what the heck is that?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Unless I'm already a Tyler fan.
Well, let's do some predictions of what do we think the Grammys, who they're gonna give it to. What are always kind of like weird in who they award it to. Obviously, there's a lot of politics within the Grammy nomination, but this time I think the people who are voting on it are the colleagues of everybody or something. Like,
oh, is that really?
They work in the music industry, so they're not like a special panel or anything.
Okay.
So, but who do you think the Grammys would give it to?
Yeah, I wish I said another rubric.
I mean, they don't have a rubric. They just said they're gonna. The rubric the Grammys are going off of is that they're judging it by the creativity of the photography, design, and like that's why they don't really give a very good rubric other than to say like, well, they're judging on like the design and photography and skill of the album cover, but that doesn't factor in the narrative aspect of the cover.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping they don't just give it to the one that looks the coolest or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like if it's the one that looks the coolest, I think they're doing a massive disservice to the art directors. But that's how the Grammys are doing it.
I think the Grammys will give it to Bad Bunny.
You think that Grammys are giving it to Bad Bunny?
I think so. That's a smart decision.
I'm hoping they do that. They do that. It might not be a stretch that they give it to Tyler.
Okay.
Because I feel like if we're like psychoanalyzing them, they might look at the entire campaign as a whole, and they forget that they're judging it by the album cover. I'm not saying that they're gonna do that, but they might.
Man, dude, I feel like Joe, you might get it, to be honest.
Dude, no, if it was Joe,
That's Stranger Things, bro.
I don't want Stranger Things to happen, bro. Oh wait, yeah, let's rank the album covers from worst to best, but they're still pretty good.
They're all good. They're all good.
They're all good.
One of them has to go last. That's it.
It's a Joe record.
Yeah, easy. That's easy. That's easy. That's easy one.
Joe record. Damn, sorry, Joe. If Joe wins, I'm gonna be kind of upset because you know what it is? Is because if Joe wins, that means that the Grammys is basing it off just the technicality of the picture. And that's probably the most impressive album cover out of all of them. Like, technically, it's an amazing production because there's like a bunch of shit going on. But does it represent the album? No. Does it add anything to the album? No. In my opinion, it just doesn't. Like, it's not a good representation of the music.
I think the Joe record would upset me a little bit because, like we said, it was a lot of like Beatles-esque like type beat.
Yeah,
and then I feel like that's like that feels pandery to me.
Yeah, it feels like. Yeah, I think I prefer an album cover that was thoughtful and not that say it wasn't thoughtful, but it connected more with the music in both interests as like me getting into it, and then after looking back at it, because me looking back at the Joe record, did it add anything to the listening experience? No.
Not for me, at least.
Yeah, not for me. Maybe to some people, but it didn't. But for example, my, I guess, number 4, Wet Leg. For me, that's the next one. Wet Leg is probably the... Although, no, I might put Chromakopia.
Yeah, I think I put Chromakopia
for 4.
I think I put Chromakopia as 4, too.
Yeah. And then 3rd, I would go with the Wet Leg record.
3rd?
The Wet Leg cover.
No, you know what? Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Wet Leg 3. I think so.
Wet Leg 3.
Yeah, because I would say Perfume Genius is 2 because it actually is very like, oh, what is this?
Wait, no. Yeah, for you, Perfume Genius 2. I'll get Perfume Genius 1 for me.
Yeah, I'm Bad Bunny 1.
But okay, I'm reversed. So Bad Bunny 2nd for me. Yeah. I wouldn't be upset if Bad Bunny 1. I really enjoy that cover, but there's something about the listening experience of the Perfume Genius record where I'm like, damn, this is really good. And then I look back at the record. And I'm like, the album cover, I'm like, whoa. I feel like, it felt twisted, like he is twisted. And I'm like, okay, this is what an album cover should look like.
Yeah.
It should look like to what the record sounds like. It honors the record, the music, as well as being a really cool photo.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Hello. This is post Grammy Rammy doing a short reaction to Tyler the Creator winning album cover of the year. That's not the worst win, at least it wasn't Joe. I am kind of right in terms of that. The Grammy voters are voting based solely off kind of the entire art direction campaign and not just the cover, which is something I wanted them to avoid because, of course, I want them to evaluate the cover and the music's interaction as a package, right? I told Jason this after I found out that they should create a new category called Best Art Direction. Because if you think of it kind of like Best Album, Best Song, Best Album being art direction, Best Song being cover, that makes more sense because you could have a great song, not necessarily a great album. Sometimes the album is better than just one song. Making a great song and making a great album are two different things. and making a great cover that works with the music is different from creating an art directed campaign story, like a world like Tyler did with Chromakopia, versus something like the Perfume Genius record or the Bad Bunny record, which makes a great kind of like just one piece that works well together. The album cover supporting the album. Tyler was just so good at creating his world with Chromakopia. But I think our judgment of the cover still stands. I still think that way, and I honestly would have been happier if Bad Bunny won, because that cover, like I ranked it higher than Tyler's, because it connected with the music way more. When you see the album cover, you listen to the album, then you look back at it, it just becomes it adds to the album, to the listening experience. And then I honestly think there's like maybe a language barrier, because even if you just look at Bad Bunny's title, Debi, Tirar más Fotos, I wish I took more photos. If you look at the title and the cover, it would already kind of make you feel something. I don't feel anything when I see the Chromakopia cover and the title Chromakopia. If you're talking about Paratext, the title is part of the Paratext. That is way better. Like the Bad Bunny album is way better than the Tyler album cover. And I think this is kind of setting a bad precedent, which is just like, oh, this is just a popularity contest, or maybe whoever visually sticks out longer. So maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video about how to win an album cover Grammy, but we could discuss that next year. But maybe I'll just make a video solely about what makes a good album cover. Who should be awarded that? Like, how does it work? Maybe more in depth. Let me know if you want to see that. Or what if I do it with another medium, like movies and movie posters? Cut to Gerard Jeanette will return in why movie posters should have an Oscar award. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hey, thanks for watching. Quick shout out to Jason for being in this video and his dog Juna. Check out his TikTok at J_duo. I want to thank my patrons over at Patreon: Fish Tacos, Juliana Colado, Mark Arpello, Abraham Mendoza III, as well as all my other lovely patrons on my Patreon. Thank you for your support, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.